One of the things that's going to solidify Steph to be in that top 4 conversation is if he stay with the Warriors. It's a top 4 conversation. Even Brian and Mike not even in them conversations. They changed teams.
You even blink at paying him, you're done.
They got to pay.
$63 million is last year.
Yeah, they got to start playing different too if they want him to play.
I think he could probably get an extension next season too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
All of that them.
Really
you extend him with no plan of whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You sign him back to the 40 million, 50 million, right? You right? It's you hope he retires.
Or say,
right? You just sit there and hit him.
Or say, let me go somewhere else.
And be like, hey man, you looking? Hey, how's the fans? What you thinking about doing when you retire? You know what I mean? Start hitting that motherfucker. Like, yeah.
Hey Dallas. Hey Dallas. We'll give you Kuminga for Clay.
Back.
Give us a homie back.
Gil's Arena talks about Steph Curry's future and the Warriors playing like trash. Check out what they had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
After the game, Steph was asked about the Warriors' struggles, particularly in that game. Said a big part of our season has been when we can't score, we lose spirit, we lose life, we lose competitiveness. So Warriors started season 12-3, went 9-18.
Trash.
What appears to be a trend towards another wasted season for Steph Curry. Did not make the playoffs last year. 11-seed right now.
It happens,
Unfortunate.
man. It happens.
It happens, but
No one cares.
if you Steph,
That's his play.
I'm just saying, at what point?
Didn't happen to Tim Duncan.
At what point
Yeah, didn't happen to Tim.
this keeps happening?
It's happening because you made mistakes inside the circle. Inside the circle, which y'all talked about yesterday. That punch her around the world, fucked everything up.
Excuse me.
Don't worry, they'll do it. They'll do what every other team did. Either you're gonna retire, or we're gonna trade y'all.
Yeah. That's
Somebody
it.
who's desperate for some ticket sales.
Facts. Charlotte.
They did it to
That's what I'm
KG
saying.
Paul. KG Paul Pierce and them.
Dwayne Wade.
Y'all want him, bro?
Paul Pierce, Dwayne Wade.
Y'all want him? Here y'all go. We don't need him no more.
Offload. Yeah.
You think that he could?
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Right now, the Warriors are struggling. Believe they're 21-22 according to Google. Let me check this out because the standings are looking crazy in the West. So the Warriors are 21-22. So they're kind of like in the middle of nowhere in the Western Conference. I don't know if they're going to catch Phoenix, even though they're like a game or a half behind. The Warriors, they're not going to be making the playoffs. The play-in is one thing, but I don't think they're good enough to beat any of those play-in teams. So if you're the Warriors, do you just go ahead and slowly start resting Steph Curry, get ready for next season, see what you're going to do with Draymond Green that's been injured this season? He's pretty much out the door within the next 2 years. Not sure if he's going to re-up. He's ready to get into this media game full time. So if you're the Warriors, man, Steph Curry, Draymond, they're next to be traded. It's time to go young. Jonathan Kuminga, you said you wanted to play all these minutes. Well, here you go. Steph and Draymond are gone.
Oh.
Draymond and Steph, hey, y'all.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Where y'all want to go? Yeah, go ahead.
We'll send y'all together.
You can see a world.
Shit, if you want to stay home, we'll see you to Sacramento.
Where you want to go, Jay?
Shit, go to Sacramento. Run up there a couple times.
Draymond, you want to go to Memphis?
You want to go to L.A.? You want to go to L.A.? You want to go to L.A.? Go to Charlotte? What you want?
So do you see a world where Steph says, I'm cool with that, trade me?
They sent Tony Parker to Charlotte.
If they go against what he's saying, I think he would.
Free.
If they decide to make a move for now, and he's saying don't, if they do make the move for now, I think that's him saying, all right, man, y'all can go ahead and make a move for me too.
Yeah, it's
Going back on?
And I think Mike Dunleavy looking at his face last night.
when it's Steph.
I think he's got, 2 more years on the jump?
Because, I mean, no matter what, either they're going to trade him
They're going to play
at
these
some
2
point,
out
or he's going to play the 2 years.
and retire.
And then
I think he'll play the 2.
I mean, if he wants to play more, it's his option now.
Let's look at Steph Curry's contract because I don't know if he has a lot of time left. I know he signed a new deal, like a 1 year, $62 million. So it looks like Steph Curry, he's getting paid $55 million this season. And then in the 25-26 season, he's making $59 million. And then in the 26-27 season, he'll be making that $62 million contract. I think that's what he signed in the offseason. And then he's an unrestricted free agent in 27-28. So currently, Steph Curry is 36 years old, turning 37 in March. So by the end of that contract, within the next, 2 years, he'll be 40 or turning 40. So I don't think he just wants to be there in Golden State, or he just may ride off to the sunset But having the opportunity to play in Charlotte, have his pops calling the games, got a LaMelo Ball that needs more veteran leadership, needs more scoring, needs more consistency. Maybe you can have a Tony Parker-like thing with Steph Curry and maybe help the Charlotte Hornets make the playoffs in a season or two. You never know.
And he might just sign.
So Steph signed through the 26-27 season, so two more seasons after this one.
Yeah, he got it.
He'd be making $63 million that final season.
And it'd be that Tony Parker move where you'd be like, yeah, I don't like you in that jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Happened to D-Wade too. Happens to
because he
everybody.
still got a little bit more tank, a little gas in the tank.
So we talk all the time about loyalty. Obviously, Steph, one of the few guys played with the same team for his entire career. You can see that shifting if they don't make a move now. Or are they just bullshit right now saying, we're not gonna make a move, we're not gonna mortgage the future while they're working the phone trying to get something
Your
going?
player is too good still. He's too good still to let somebody else come in and dominate. By the time he realizes that he needs to be an option too, it's too late.
But he needs some help, though.
Yeah, who's he gonna be an option to too, though, with that roster?
Not that roster, I'm talking about bringing somebody in. There's no...
Expect nobody on that. No. Only way
Look, man, Steph Curry, you need help. I don't know if he has that type of ego to him to where if they bring in like a Kevin Durant type player, not him per se, but someone that can score 25 to 30, I think Steph Curry would be open to that. What are you getting out of Draymond Green? What are you consistently getting out of Jonathan Kuminga? So again, the Warriors, they're like up in the air, don't really know what they're doing, no real direction. If Steph Curry goes 0-10 from the 3, they're going to lose by 40 or 50 points. Or even if he does play good, they still may lose by 40 or 50 points to mid-level teams and other teams in the Western Conference. So if you're Steph Curry, I don't know if you have an ego or not. You got to throw that out the window. If you don't want the core to go away, well, you're just going to suck for the next 2 years. It is what it is. You got your 4 championships, but I know Steph Curry wants to win at least one more.
you team him up again with KD, you team him up with Nikola or somebody like that. Like, other than that, it don't.
Unless you can pull KD back.
Yeah, somebody that take the pressure off of him. All right?
Man,
I'm just, that's the only
Yeah, that's the only way you need. You need one of them.
The only way it can.
You need somebody.
That ain't happening.
And that still might not be enough.
Not right now.
listen, man. One of the things that's going to solidify Steph to be in that top 4 conversation is if he stay with the Warriors. It's a top 4 conversation. Even Brian and Mike not even in them conversations. They change teams.
Yeah, it's a different conversation, but I think we throw that out the window. That looked good, but the business of basketball has been booming. Multi-billion-dollar teams. Yeah, ideal it would be to stay with one team forever. But if you have an opportunity, I guess, to be happy, if you're Steph Curry that pretty much did everything in the NBA, you can switch teams. I don't think it'll be an asterisk by your legacy, but it does look better if you stayed with one uniform for the entirety of your whole career.
Be a select few people in that lineage, people trying not to lead their team and stay the whole way. It's an opportunity for him, but I think, like I said, he's showing them that if y'all don't do it like I want y'all to do it,
It's going to be Hakeem Olajuwon and that Toronto
and that
Raptors.
Toronto Raptors nasty work, boy. Ooh.
Not like that. Don't do that.
Don't forget about D-Wade in Cleveland, Chicago. D-Wade looked great in the Miami Heat uniform. But again, the game of basketball, the business, ownership, GMs, you got to factor that in. So again, it would be great to have a player stay his career with one team, but it's just so much moving parts in the NBA. This would have maybe happened in the 80s and 90s if it was Steph Curry playing back then. But in the 2020s, 2025 and all that, players got to go. You're not staying with one team forever.
Don't do that.
Pat Ewing and that motherfucker Orlando Magic.
Orlando
That
Pat.
was weird.
Because
Why would y'all do that to Pat?
Why would y'all do that to Pat, man?
Damn.
Because what happens is when he's up, let's say he's up in 2 years and he's still averaging about 20.
Which you would. Easy.
You even blink at paying him, you're done.
They got to pay.
63 million is last year.
Yeah, they got to start playing different, too, if they want them to play.
I think he could probably get an extension next season, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
All of that them.
It really
You extend him with no plan of whatever you're going to do.
Yeah.
You sign him back to the 40 million, 50 million, right? Right? It's you hope like it's one of those you hope he retires.
Or say,
Right,
let
you
me
just
go
sit there
somewhere.
and hit
Or
him.
say, let me go somewhere else.
And be like, hey man, you looking? Hey, how's the fans? What you thinking about doing when you retire? You know what I mean? Start hitting
Playing
that
ball.
motherfucker Like, yeah.
Yeah, if you're the organization, that'd be the best case scenario. They can probably revise his contract and add more years onto it. But if you're the Warriors, you're going to keep paying Steph between 40 and 60 million for the next 4 years and then be struggling to make a plan or be out the plan. I don't think the organization wants that, but they took a huge hit on social media and mainstream media with Klay Thompson leaving, the Jordan Poole situation, the Draymond situation, the KD situation. So the last 5 or 6 years for the Warriors kind of been rocky. They were able to get a championship out of that with the whole Wiggins trade and all that good stuff. But again, I don't know if they can win a championship when you got Jokic playing like the greatest center ever. Then you got other teams in the Western Conference like the OKC, SGA. It's just too tough for the Warriors. It may be time for Steph Curry to, wave the white flag and let's just go ahead and move on. It is what it is. It happens.
We thinking about doing like a ceremony for you when you retire, Yeah.
That's what they had to do. They had to do that with Cole. They had to let him know, hey, we got to get rid of you. You got to step down, homie.
We don't,
You got to step down. We can't pay you this.
Because I know if we decide not to pay you, the fans is going to be mad for a couple years.
100%.
So you sit here like, 4 more years, you like, oh, come on, dog. Fire me now, man.
Well, some of us have been praying on the Warriors down, but not like this.
Because it's one of them situations, if it's on the table, bro, listen.
He's
They gonna entertain it.
He's one of those players, man, you just can't trade without losing your fan base.
Yeah.
Them people ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, nah, not right now. Even though they losing, it
don't matter.
It ain't like 4 seasons in a row.
They get to still see.
It's like two. It's two in a row.
Two pushing on 3.
Still
pushing
see
on 3.
30.
They get to still see him, and he's still doing shit to make you want to come see him. He's like, oh, he do.
It has to be a Klay situation.
Yeah, could be another Klay situation. I think the Warriors fans, they're more married to Steph Curry. They don't want to see Steph Curry go, play in a different uniform. They'd rather just see this team struggle for the next 2 years if it means keeping Steph Curry and having him retire with the Warriors. But again, if it makes business sense, you got to have that conversation with Steph. Either we got to trade Kuminga, trade some of these young players to give you like a Zach LaVine type of player to where someone can help you on the offensive end. Steph is about to be 37 within the next 2 months. He can't do it by himself. He's having a lot of games that he's not playing good. I believe he's shooting in the low 30 percentages from the three-point line. So you can see the drop off. Still give you 23 points per game, but it's not going to be enough in the Western Conference. You got to get rid of some of these young players in order to make some moves in the Western Conference.
That last game, 0 for 12 or some shit like that, and you can run your narrative, even though he averaged 18, you can run your narrative how horrible he is and washed, and then you can try to
Hey, Dallas, we'll give you Kuminga for Klay.
back.
Give us a homie back.
That's kind of interesting. Don't be surprised if you start hearing Klay Thompson trade rumors. It's not working out the best for him in Dallas. Yeah, he's going to give you about 17 points. Still a good enough shooter to, jack up 20 shots and, get about 15 to 17 points. But let's say Kuminga gets a little disgruntled and they're ready to make that trade. Do you at least try to save the little bit of fans you got left that care about the Warriors and get Klay Thompson back? As much as Kuminga may have a huge upside, sometimes that doesn't come out with the current team you're on. Maybe you spend the block back, get Klay Thompson, and at least have a season like that, like a reunion type season. Hasn't been that long, but I think the fans will appreciate that more. And if you can keep Steph Curry and see what you can get out of Draymond Green.
We made a mistake.
We made a mistake.
Yes.
We made a mistake. Steve, we made a fucking mistake. It was a decision. It was a bad decision. They didn't call it a mistake.
And that's what we call a horrible mistake.
It was stupid.
So with more than half their games played, Golden State is at 500. They would not even qualify for the play-in tournament if it started today. They are 11th in the West. Beautiful to see. But are the Warriors destined to be a hot pack of mid this year?
Of course. Most definitely.
21 and 21 right now, 11th in the West.
Up there, 21, 22.
Is that their destiny? Will they be able to change it? They're still only a couple games out. The Western Conference, as it stands right now.
What do we have them at? What, 9, 10, 11?
So they're currently, like I said, 21 and 21. They are
The 11th seed.
2 games behind the Lakers for the 6th seed. in the West.
So
3 games behind the Clippers for the 5th seed.
So they're going to finish, what, 9, 10, 11?
Y'all gonna be in the playing game.
Who? The Warriors?
The Warriors and Lakers.
You could have
Y'all gonna be in the playing game.
stopped it at
Who,
the
us?
Warriors.
Yes.
We'll stop.
No.
Yes.
Okay, we are the 6th seed in Adam Silver's Western Conference.
Right now?
We're not even going to touch the play-in.
Man, we ain't worrying about the play-in, man. We 2-0.
We looking.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, they're a hot pack of mid, it's obvious. And again, maybe they don't care about being mid. Maybe they're just, we're going to make the fan base happy, reevaluate this season after the season. But changes have to be made either by the February 6th trade deadline or this offseason. It's going to be real important. What are you doing with Kuminga? What are you doing with Steph Curry? What's going to happen with Draymond Green? Is he going to, void the rest of the year or two left on his contract and go into the media game? That's something to think about.
Head to these Grizzlies.
2-0.
Thursday.
Then what do y'all get for y'all reward for being 2-0 and play-in?
Same thing we would have did. Same thing we would have did if there was no play-in. 7 seed.
Y'all better hope.
The 7 seed. It's
Y'all better hope that one team.
2-time play-in champion.
But y'all better hope that one team finish with a different spot.
Thankfully, they are currently.
What spot they in?
They're in the fourth.
Lakers are terrible, man.
Right?
Oh yeah, we gonna play Memphis. That's easy work.
But they get this.
Ain't the
Shit,
same
they get
Memphis,
3.
bro.
Huh.
Denver get 3, y'all 6.
Oh, then we get the 3. We going 5.
It's different.
Y'all
Then we go 3. We go 5.
Yeah, if you're the Lakers, avoid the Nuggets at all costs. Seems good on paper. LeBron James, all-time great, but he don't want that smoke with Jokic. Jokic averaging damn near a triple-double. You don't want that type of energy if you're the Lakers. The Warriors definitely don't want that type of energy. They may as well not make the playoffs. Just avoid the embarrassment.
Don't got KCP no more.
Y'all scared of that? You scared of that? Oh, yeah, okay, just say it.
We're talking about the Golden
Just
State.
say y'all scared of that.
Yeah.
Hey, the
You know, I had to do
boogeyman.
Lakers
Yes,
talk.
Burping babies.
Yes.
No Lakers.
Burping
No Lakers
babies.
discussion.
And they got Westbrook over there now too. Yeah,
Ooh, we got
Westbrook
revenge
cooking.
all
we want
over.
that energy. Nah, we don't want.
Now, shout out to Westbrook. Westbrook been cooking. The Westbrook and all that. I had my jokes about Russell Westbrook, but he's a perfect fit with the Nuggets. Believe they're 17-5 when he's a starter. He's giving you around, 14 points, couple rebounds, couple assists, keeping that flow, bringing in some new energy with the Denver Nuggets. So I like what they're doing. Don't sleep on Russell Westbrook. He can probably push them to the next level, back to that championship.
Want that energy over here.
No Lakers discussion today. We are talking about the Golden State Warriors
But, you
of
know,
San
they
Francisco.
got off to a hot start. I really thought the way they started the season, I ain't saying they was going to win the West or they was going to do the way they did, they was all healthy. They came back with a better roster than they've had as of late. I thought they would do better than they have been because how they started. So yeah, it's going to be this. They going to 500 basketball.
Yeah, they were looking good, looking like the best team in the Western Conference. You had OKC playing good, the Warriors. You had your top 4 or 5 in the West looking great. Buddy Hield was looking like a great acquisition, but he fell off after that great start with the Warriors. So get rid of Buddy Hield too. Add him to a trade package with Kuminga. See what you can get.
Unless they make a trade,
They got to.
and get some, unless they do some things before the trade deadline to get some more pieces in, and not just one piece,
Yeah. And
like
they
get
said
multiple
multiple.
pieces.
they don't
Or
want
Zach
to mortgage the current squad to mess up their future. We've talked at length about making some moves. They did get Schroeder, obviously trading Melton.
Yeah, I forgot about Schroeder, but he kind of fell off as well. He was looking great in Brooklyn. All of a sudden, he goes to the Warriors. His numbers are cut in half. But when Steph was talking about not mortgaging the future, again, all that seems great, but stop living in the past, Steph. You have to mortgage your future in order to have a better present. So again, do what you can, Warriors. Make some major moves. Don't waste the remaining years of Steph Curry. Or have that conversation with him. Be like, look, do you want to play like this and be on a team that's going to be trash for 2 or 3 years? Do you want to be moved? Or do you want to retire? The ball is in Steph Curry's court.